If there's one thing we know about U.S. President Donald Trump, it's that he often reacts to what he sees on television. Now he's seeing this, the suffering, the slaughter of children, and he is sending the message through his Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, the U.S. is working to build an international coalition, and it will respond.
It's a serious matter. It requires a serious response.
Many in Congress are pushing the U.S. president to use military force to crater Syria's runways, blow up their planes and helicopters, ground their air force. But analysts warn that could have serious repercussions.
If you just take Assad's air force out of the equation, what you could do is essentially reignite large-scale civil warfare. Right now, Assad's in control of the major cities in the West, almost without exception. And even though that's bad news in one sense, because it means he's tactically won the war for the moment in that part of the country, it also reduces the amount of day-to-day fighting that's going on, and therefore is beneficial for the well-being of most civilians.
The thinking in Washington is that Russian President Vladimir Putin wouldn't respond to a U.S. attack.
I think it'll provoke him to do things verbally. I don't think he's going to go to war with America in an area where he doesn't have military superiority, no. And where he has an extremely weak moral position.
The fate of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad wasn't a priority for President Trump when he came to office. It's clear this attack has changed that opinion. And now the spokesman for the Kremlin is hinting to Western media Assad doesn't have their unconditional support either over the long term.
I don't think it's correct to say about unconditional support. Unconditional support is not possible in current world. But if we speak about situation in Syria, we have to keep in mind that Assad and his army is a legitimate power in Syria, and they are the only real power in Syria that can resist terrorists on the ground.
President Trump often says his predecessor made a huge mistake when he made a threat in Syria and didn't act. He says it showed weakness, something he hates. He's told the world he will do something. Now the wait for what and when. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.